Title: Midnight in the Wilderness. The jungle loomed around us like a living, breathing entity, its tangled vines and twisted branches casting eerie shadows in the moonlight. My heart pounded in my chest as I stumbled through the dense undergrowth, my darkness like a beacon of hope. Beside me, my two friends, Sarah and Matt, struggled to keep up, their faces pale with fear. We had been hiking through the jungle for hours, following a trail that seemed to lead nowhere. The trees pressed in around us, their thick foliage blocking out the moonlight and plunging us into darkness. And then, just when we thought we couldn't go on any longer, we stumbled upon it. A clearing in the trees, a small patch of moonlit ground that seemed to offer a brief respite from the oppressive darkness. Relieved, we collapsed onto the ground, our chests heaving with exertion. But our relief was short-lived, for as we looked around, we realized that we were not alone. Figures moved in the shadows, their eyes glinting in the darkness like those of wild animals. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I realized the truth. We were not the only ones in the jungle that night, and whatever, or whoever, was out there with us, it was not friendly. "We need to get out of here," Sarah said, her voice trembling with fear. I nodded in agreement, my mind racing with 1,000 possibilities. But as I looked around, I realized with a sinking feeling that we were completely lost. The jungle stretched out around us in every direction, its tangled maze of trees and vines offering no clues as to which way we should go. "We need to stick together," Matt said, his voice steady despite the fear that lurked in his eyes. "We'll find a way out of here, I promise." With renewed determination, we picked ourselves up off the ground and set off into the jungle once more, our flashlights cutting through the darkness like knives. But with each step we took, the jungle seemed to close in around us, its twisted branches reaching out to ensnare us like a trap. Hours passed, and still, we found no sign of escape. The darkness seemed to stretch on forever, its oppressive weight bearing down on us like a suffocating blanket. And then, just when it seemed like all hope was lost, we stumbled upon it. A small, crumbling shack, nestled deep within the heart of the jungle. Relieved, we rushed towards it, our hearts pounding in our chests with a mixture of fear and anticipation. But as we drew closer, a sense of unease washed over me like a tidal wave. There was something wrong about the shack, something sinister lurking within its crumbling walls. Nevertheless, we pressed on, our desperation outweighing our instincts. But as we stepped inside, our flashlights illuminating the darkness, our worst fears were realized. The shack was empty, save for a single rusted cage in the corner. And inside the cage, huddled in the darkness like a frightened animal, was a girl. I felt a chill run down my spine as I stared at her, her eyes wide with terror. Who was she? And what was she doing out here in the middle of the jungle, all alone? Before we could react, a sound echoed through the darkness, a low, guttural growl that sent shivers down my spine. And then from the shadows emerged a figure, its eyes gleaming in the darkness like those of a predator on the hunt. We froze in terror as the figure approached, its movements slow and deliberate. And then, with a sudden burst of speed, it lunged towards us, its claws outstretched like talons. We screamed as we ran, our hearts pounding in our chests with a mixture of fear and desperation. But no matter how fast we ran, the creature was always one step ahead, its relentless pursuit driving us deeper and deeper into the heart of the jungle. And as the darkness closed in around us, I couldn't help but wonder, would we ever escape from this nightmare? Or were we doomed to wander the jungle forever, haunted by the echoes of our own terror? Suddenly, a voice shattered the silence, echoing through the dense foliage. "Stop!" We skidded to a halt, our breaths coming in ragged gasps as we turned towards the source of the voice. It was the girl from the cage, her eyes pleading with us for help. "You have to listen to me," she said, her voice trembling with fear. "That creature, it's not what it seems. It's not the real danger here." I exchanged a glance with Sarah and Matt, uncertainty clouding our expressions. Could we trust her? Or was this just another trap? But as we stood there, paralyzed by indecision, the creature closed in on us, its eyes blazing with hunger. With a surge of adrenaline, we made a split-second decision and followed the girl deeper into the jungle, our footsteps echoing in the darkness. As we ran, the girl explained everything. The creature was a guardian of the jungle, tasked with protecting it from intruders like us.